Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wet Shaving with Angelo. I'm Angelo, and today's gonna be a good day and a good shave. I know I just did a shave video the other day, but today is a very special shave because something came in the mail that I've been working at trying to get a hold of for quite a while. And what came in the mail was it came with the case, but I have the case put away right now. It's the Gillette model number 1958. Some say this is in the class of a junior aristocrat. Some say it's not an aristocrat at all. All I know is this is one of the very highly sought after vintage British Gillette razors. Let me give you a close and look at it. Doesn't that look beautiful? Even the head's got a nice shine to it. I mean, this razor looks almost brand new. And from what I researched, it was like brass on the inside, nickel plating, heavy nickel plating. And the number 58, or the model number 58 Gillette razor was made in England between the years of 1953 all the way till 1956. I think my model is a 53 model from what I was learned from talking to a friend of mine who knows about the minute details of the 58 model. So that's the razor I'll be using. Blade of choice is a vintage. Let me see if I can get that in. I don't know if you can see that, but it says made in England. Made in England vintage Wilkinson Super Sword Edge blade on its first shave. Brush of choice, my go-to brush these days, the Simpsons Trafalgar T3 synthetic shave brush. If I mispronounced it, let me know in the comments. And soap and aftershave choice. Well, soap of choice in the wooden bowl. Taylorville Bond Street's sandalwood. And I know there's other scent notes in it, but to me, it hits me hard with the sandalwood. And to match with the sandalwood shave soap, I'm using the Taylorville Bond Street sandalwood aftershave. So indeed, today is a very British shave today. And I can't wait to have my first shave on video with that, on my YouTube channel with the Gillette number 58. I did try looking up other YouTube videos about the number 58 razor by Gillette made in England, and there's not too many, from what I could find, there wasn't too many other videos that featured the number 58. So let's wet the face and get the lather and start with the first pass with the grain. So how's everybody doing out there? Having good shaves? Let me know in the comments. I just had a hot shower, but I always like to re-wet my face after a hot shower and right before I shave. You know, to get that moisture back on the skin, soften the stubble up as much as I can. That kind of stuff. And this Taylorville Bond Street shave soap, the sandalwood shave soap, it's triple milled if I'm not mistaken. And I've had this for over a year now, and I don't use it often, but I love the fragrance of it. It's just a wonderfully masculine scented soap, or traditionally classically masculine scent of sandalwood. I know there's other scent notes on it, but I don't have the info on them right now. But I do detect quite a bit of sandalwood. The sandalwood is very strong in this. But I really love this T3 model to Trafalgar brush by Simpsons. You know, as I've said in the past, if you're looking for a Simpsons brush that won't break the bank, but you want the same Simpsons quality, look into the Trafalgar line. I know I've said that in the past, but it's worth repeating because the Trafalgars are much more affordable than other Simpsons shave brushes are. yet they provide excellent, yet they build an excellent lather any way you spin it. Like, to me, the Trafalgar line of shave brushes by Simpsons are really awesomely made British synthetic shave brushes. And this is one of my go-to brushes, along with the PA Atomic Rocket. Like one of the few brushes I use that I use on a regular basis. Or semi-regular basis, I should say. Okay, let's dry our hands off real nice. And now it's time to have our first shave with the Gillette No. 58 razor made in England. Smooth sailing so far from the start. And that's what, you don't always need a super aggressive razor to get a great shave. But my oh my, did it knock down a heavy stubble of a heavy 24 hours worth of stubble like nothing else. I won this on an eBay auction with a winning bid of, I think it was $78, which actually, from my research, that's kind of a bargain price for No. 58 Gillette razor. Especially one in this condition, in this grade of condition. And I've read, from what I've read, it delivers an excellent shave, and I'm believing it. Like, I'm only on my first pass, and I'm already feeling the difference of quality of shave with this compared to my more American-made vintage Gillettes. Like this No. 58 razor made in England, I swear is more efficient than some of my Gillette Super Speeds made in America. I saw on one YouTube channel, I saw on one channel a while back. The channel was called The Mad Scientist of Wet Shaving. The host of this channel goes by the name Big John. He talked about how, in his video on why vintage razors shave better, he talked about how, especially in England, they took pride in the quality and craftsmanship of their work. And post-World War II and Korean War, both the United States and the English, and both the United States and England were a consuming public that demanded quality that demanded mass-produced products, yes, but they demanded quality from their products. As Big John once said in one of his videos, if you didn't have a quality product, you weren't going to sell very many units of your item. But I am loving the shave I'm getting from this. Just on the first pass alone, knocked a lot of the stubble with the green. But yeah, I believe I got this razor with the case at a bargain at $78. Winning bid. Because when I researched other people selling their No. 58 razors, they were charging upwards of $100+ or more. Like I saw when I did a Google search of the razor, and I looked into Badger and Blades pages to see what people were talking about. Some people were selling it for upwards of 130 or more dollars for this old razor. But but it's definitely an excellent razor. Great shaver so far. So that was the first pass with the grain. We're gonna we're gonna wet the face, relather, and go for the second pass against the grain. Sorry. Just very excited. And many wet shavers will experience wet shavers that have used both American and British vintage Gillette razors are quick to tell you, and so am I, that the British Gillette razors were just made a little bit better than their American counterparts. That's not to say the American razors are bad or the American Gillettes are bad. They're not bad at all. They're great shavers. But the Gillettes made in England back in the day, the English division really took pride in making a superior product of all the divisions of Gillette. Because they believed that if you're going to pay money for a product, you should get every pence or every pound or in American money, every penny, every dollar you spend on it. Like it should deliver an excellent shave every time. And a lot of the British Gillette razors were works of art in a way. Okay, I see I nicked myself on the chin right there when I wasn't paying attention. Just gotta be careful with that. But yeah, many wet shavers are quick to say that the British Gillette razors, not only were they made to look prettier than the American razors, but they were a bit more aggressive or a bit more efficient than the Americans. Because the British took pride in the level of quality and craftsmanship they put into every razor. If I'm not mistaken. And as I said earlier, this is a 1953 model razor, but it's not a coronation razor. If it was a coronation razor, it would have came with a case with a crown on it, so it's signifying that it was a coronation Gillette, but it's not that. But it is made the same year that Elizabeth II became Queen of England, or Queen Elizabeth became Queen of England in 1953. It's made approximately 53, according to my friend Steve Rober. Just rinsing off the hands and getting the excess soap off of my fingers so I do not drop this very valuable razor. But yeah, I've seen listings on forums and I've seen eBay prices where this razor goes for way more than what I want it for on an auction. Just an excellent shaver, just like everyone was saying it is. This is an excellent shaver. I can easily see this becoming part of my, at least possibly weekly rotation, or put it in a weekly rotation where I use it at least once or so a week. It's that good a razor. And my skin going across the grain with the grain feels smooth as silk. I'm pretty sure there's some stubble against the grain, but I'll get that in the third pass. But my oh my, this shaves like a dream. Just goes to show you, sometimes the traditional ways of doing things, or the classic ways of doing things, are better than the modern day ways. Or in other words, or let me phrase that. Sometimes items that were made 50, 60, 70 plus years or more, they last a lot longer and perform a lot better than some of our modern technological doodads. Like, as I've mentioned in one of my videos where I talk about how I got into wet shaving, the modern multi-blade cartridge razor, the Fusion, would tear me to shreds. Especially the last time I used it, when I had a month-old cartridge on it. But with double-edged safety razor shaving, for one thing, I can use a new blade every day if I wanted to. Because modern day double-edged blades are very affordable for the most part. But also, I get a much more enjoyable, much more comfortable, much closer shave I ever got with an electric razor, with a cartridge or disposable. So yeah, so it is a very enjoyable hobby for me. And now we're going to wet the face, lather up for the third and final pass against the grain. And there's very little stubble remaining from after the first two passes, but we're going to get that. And I'm going to rinse the handle of my brush off because it is a bit soapy. And I just don't want to drop it. But yeah, this Taylor Bond Street Shave Triple Melt Shave Soap in their sandalwood scent, it's an excellent performer in my opinion. And it's going to last, and because it's triple milled, like I've said about other triple milled soaps, triple milled soaps will last you a long time. Let's add a little more mortar to the lather. There we go. Just need a little more water to it. When in doubt, add a tiny bit more water to the brush or to your lather. And and that's a good saying to go by for any shave soap or cream. When in doubt, add a tiny bit more water. If that's not enough, add another tiny bit of water. But yeah, with the blade that I'm using, the vintage Wilkinson Super Sword Edge blade, in all honesty, it outshines the modern Wilkinson sword blades by a mile, or actually at least by several miles. It's more comfortable than the German-made Wilkinson swords made today, as well as it's more efficient and more aggressive than the Gillette Wilkinson sword blades made in India. It was like back in the day with blades, especially stainless steel blades. They really wanted to make sure you had a good shave with them, and obviously they wanted you to buy more blades because that was always the business of the shave industry, was buy more blades. But again, quality came into play even with double-edged blades once stainless steel kicked in or came into play. And Wilkinson Sword was one of the companies that was at the forefront of making excellent stainless steel razors, whereas Gillette was lagging behind. And I don't know if you can hear it, but this does have a good amount of audio feedback, which is very helpful in my situation to let me know whether or not I'm shaving or not, or if to know whether I'm shaving, scraping, or nothing at all is happening. It's a good indicator to let you know what's going on underneath the lather, or what's going on between your stubble, lather, and blade. Just an excellent shave today. With excellent products. Tailorable Bond Street Sandalwood is any of the Tailorable Bond Street soaps or creams are a winner in my book. Of course, if you don't like sandalwood, there's other scented soaps and creams of Tailorable Bond Street out there as well. There's the Platinum at Eton College, Luxury, I forget. There's an avocado one for sensitive skin. There's so many great products, and when it comes to British products of shaving, there's so many great products out there on the market that are worth it checking out. Whether it's Tailorable Bond Street, Truefit and Hill, GFT, although I've never used GFT. DR Harris is a big favorite of mine of British shave goods. I'm a fanatic of their shave soaps and aftershaves, especially their Marlboro line, which it only has 2 scent notes that I know of, which is cedar and sandalwood. Then there's Mitchell's Wolf Fat Shave Soap, which it is divisive, because some people can get a good lather from Mitchell's Wolf Fat. Others say they have problems lathering with it because they're hard water. I have hard water and I get a great lather out of that soap. Okay, I'm going to use my study pencil because I see 2 little dots that need to be taken care of. And that was mostly from me talking or not paying attention. But today was an excellent shave. Most excellent shave. Right here too. But I can't complain with the shave I got from the number 58 from the model number 58 Gillette razor. It was just that great. And it left me with a baby butt smooth shave from what I'm feeling. Definitely left me after 3 passes BBS. Very comfortably BBS. You know, because there's times where I shave with a razor and I get a BBS shave. There's times where I use a razor or blade and I get a BBS shave, but it caused so much damage that I should have backed off on something, or I should have done one less pass, whatever. But this time it was a very comfortable, easygoing baby butt smooth shave. I'm not feeling any stubble at all. Now I'm shaking up. Now we're going to use Tailorable Bond Street Sandalwood Aftershave to finish it off. There we go. Got a nice amount there. Lovely scent. The aftershave smells even better than the soap. Probably much more stronger. And that finishes today's shave, everyone. I wish everyone have a good day and a good shave, everyone. Goodbye.